Welcome once again to FX Pips Hunt, daily Pips Hunt. We come to the market on daily basis, analyze the market, and see whatever opportunity the market gives us and what we capitalize on it. Right. So today is the 6th of September, continuing our September Pip Hunt series and continuing our daily Pip Hunt target and mission. Right. So, as usual, we are going to continue our analysis on indices, US30, Nas100, SP500 and USD. So, moving straight to the market. Now, to do a quick recap on yesterday, what were we looking at in the market? So, yesterday I explained on what direction the trend was, right? The trend is currently bullish, right? You can obviously see this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Higher low, right? Higher high. But now I now told you guys that there has been a break of a higher low, right? Which is this zone. There's been a break of what? A higher low. So, and when there's a break of a higher low, then there's a shift in trend. That's why yesterday we were anticipating a retest of the higher low and then a reversal downward, right? So this was more of what we were expecting yesterday on US30, the explanation I give. And I told you guys overall on the daily on US30 and weekly, even on the monthly, we are overall on a uptrend. But this, for us to be able to capitalize on the current direction of the market, we have to step down to the 4 hours time frame where we analyze most of our indices to break it down, you understand, and look at the trend of the movement on the lower time frame, which is the 4 hour time frame. And currently on the 4 hour time frame, we are in a downtrend. We are starting a move of a downtrend, right? But overall on the daily, we are on an uptrend. So this is the movement and the change of structure on 4 hours time frame, right? So this is the movement and the change of structure on the 4 hours time frame. So overall, I explained yesterday that we are on a downtrend. We were expecting the retest yesterday, right? So, and price played out as expected. If you come to 1 hour, you see how our analysis played out, right? We were expecting price to continue back here. And analyze this on Asian section yesterday, 5th of September. We were expecting price to get there and push downward, right? To these major zones. So this was our first TP and this was our second TP, right? So and price did exactly as we expected and as we anticipated, right? So if we are to break this down, which I will do right now to you guys, I'll take it down to the 15 minutes time frame where we took our entry yesterday. This was where we took our entry yesterday. Let me take this off. This was where we took our entry yesterday. I explained earlier, if you have not watched the video of yesterday to see the recap of this, we analyzed this market even before it got here. We analyzed the market before the market got here, right? So we analyzed the market before it got here. This was dropped on the YouTube channel yesterday, FX on YouTube channel yesterday. So before price got here, we anticipated that price will get to the 4 hour support level, give us a bearish engulfing candlestick, and then we enter the trade, right? Exactly what it did here. It got here, give us a bearish engulfing candlestick. Entry based on candlestick reaction or formation. So there are some of us entered with the candlestick reaction, while some entered with the candlestick closure, right? Some of us enter with the candlestick reaction, some of us enter with the candlestick closure. But most of the time, it's advisable to observe the reaction so that you cannot miss out on early entries, because this is indices. The market most of the time is very volatile, right? So we entered risking 120 pips, right? Targeting here. This was our first TP, right? and then this was our second TP. So altogether 1:3. The second TP was 1:3, and you saw how quick he got to our second TP. It wasn't up to 430 to what? This was around 230 to what? To 430. In less than 2 hours, the market got to our TP here on what? On US30. So this was the analysis of yesterday. Our analysis on yesterday played out. I analyzed this even before this thing got here. Before the market got here, all these were analyzed, right? So I'm trying to clear the chart so that we do a fresh analysis for today and see what we are expecting from the market. Right? So now down to the 4 hours time frame. So since we are on a downtrend on the 4 hours time frame, right? So what are we going to be expecting from the market today? Now overall, with what I'm seeing here, if you look closely well, now price is still in the is moving downward impulsively, right? You could see if you see there's an impulsive move downward, then correction upward, impulsive move downward. So now there's a bit of a correction here, right? And then we are supposed to be expecting a impulsive move what? Downward, right? So currently with US30, we are expecting what? An impulsive move downward. We are expecting a what? An impulsive move downward. As for us to be able to get this, we have to wait till New York section tomorrow, right? We have to wait till New York section tomorrow to be able to capitalize on this move. Right? So if price happens to close, this is what we are anticipating right now, right? If price happens to close below this zone, let me draw a support level here. If price happens to close below this, if price happens to close below this zone, if price closes below this zone during London section, we wait for a retest, right? And a continuation downward. You understand? But if price does not do that, if price happen not to move this particular way, what we are going to be waiting for, we are going to be waiting for the market to what? To break out of this what? This higher, lower high, right? And give us a retest to continue upward. You understand? That's what we are going to be anticipating for tomorrow in what? In US30. We are going to wait for the market to what? To break out. We are going to wait for the market to break out from this what? Higher, from this particular higher, lower high. We are going to wait for the market to change trend, change character, retest, and continue what? Retest the 4 hour support and continue upward. But if it doesn't, then we wait for it to, we'll be expecting it to break this 4 hour support, give us a retest, and then wait for a candlestick confirmation to sell the position, right? So all our entries will be taken on the 15 minutes time frame. All our entries will be taken on the 15 minutes time frame. We'll come to the 15 minutes time frame and wait for what? Extra confirmation. We are going to be waiting for extra confirmation on the 15 minutes time frame before we take any execution here. Consolidation going on here. Price is still deep in the consolidation on the Nasdaq, right? If you look carefully, you understand what I'm talking about. Price is still deep in the consolidation here on Nasdaq. Price is still within this consolidation, and we cannot act or take any trade within a consolidating market. We only want to be involved in the market when the market shows sign of impulsive movement, right? When there is what? There's volume, when volume kicking in the market, right? So clearly now, our analysis is still we are still standing on our analysis because it has not been violated. We are still expecting price to break out this 4 hour support, right? We are still expecting price to break out this 4 hours resistance to turn to a support, right? I made a mistake there. This is a resistance right now. So we wait for price to break out this resistance. Then when it breaks it, it will now turn to a support. Wait for the retest of the support and continue what? Upward. And continue upward. Whereas in the meantime, if price happen not to perform the way I just said now, if price happen not to move the way I just said, right? What we are going to do, we are going to wait. I'm seeing something on the 4 hours time frame. If you zoom in clearly, you will see there's a area of reaction, an area of interest, right? where price has been reacting multiple times on the 4 hours time frame. If you look here closely, right, this zone we are in is an area of interest. You get? That's why price is currently consolidating around here. Price is currently consolidating around here because that zone is an area of interest, right? Let me put it up properly. So that zone is a major area of interest, but that's not the area I'm talking of right now. The area I'm talking of that I'm looking as a major point of interest is this point, is this zone now. Let me put it properly. Is this zone, right? You could see the reaction around price reaction when price gets to that zone. This was the first reaction. You could see the first reaction. You could see all the reaction around here, right? This was the second reaction, and this was the third reaction. You can see all the reaction price is reacting around here. So if you break down to the lower time frame, you'll be able to see more of this reaction. You'll be able to see more detail on the reaction, on how price gets there on lower time frame multiple times and rejects. Right? Zooming in so that we can see what we are analyzing properly. You'll be able to see the reaction more clearly. You can see the fake out here, and when price got here also, you see the reaction. So what we are anticipating right now is, if price does not happen to follow the analysis of this, or does not happen to follow the break of this 4 hour retest and continuation, what we are going to be looking for is for price to come here, right? We are going to wait for a change of structure, retest of the change of structure, and then continue the bullish move upward. We are still bullish. Our bias on Nas is still remains bullish, right? We are going to wait for a bullish structure to form, and then we will take the entry based on the formation of the bullish structure, right? We will take the entry based on the formation of the bullish structure. We are not acting until there's a structure formation, until there's a formation happens. So if price happens not to follow this movement, the break of the 4 hours and upward movement, we wait for it to come to the downward support level and react there. Wait for price to come here and then give us a proper lower high, break of lower high, retest, and then we continue. So we are still looking to buy Nasdaq. We are still looking to buy Nasdaq heavily, because overall on the higher time frame, we can clearly see that this move that is going on here, this move here is a correction. This is a correction. All this move here is a correction. So we are waiting for the impulsive move. We are looking to partake and be part of the impulsive move upward. Nothing else. The only way that we are going to say that this, back to S&P 500. S&P 500 is still within our support level of yesterday. Price is still reacting within that area of interest. So let me show you the zone. This is it. You see this zone, this support level, right, is reacting here. This rectangular box I just drew here is reacting within those zone. You could even see the fake out here, and price is still reacting here. We are waiting for a proper confirmation to continue the bullish move upward. We are waiting for a proper confirmation to continue the bullish move upward. So, and you could also see the gap here. Price is trying to fill in the gap here. You could see all this gap. Price is trying to fill in this gap. Price is trying to fill in the gap before continuing upward. Right. So what we are expecting now, to go straight to the point on our expectation here on S&P 500, what we are expecting, we are still moving based on the direction and the analysis of yesterday, right? Price has not yet violated the analysis. So what we are expecting price to do now is to continue upward, right? But note, price is not going to move upward immediately like that. You might see a bit of a correction, is a impulsive move upward. You wait for a correction and then wait for a candlestick formation before you make your move. We are likely going to wait for a W pattern. Don't worry, I'm going to break this down a little bit on the lower time frame so that you understand what I'm talking about. So we wait for a W pattern. It might not move exactly from that support. It might come, fill in this gap fully, and then do something like this, retest. It's still a W pattern before going up fully, right? So if you step to the 1 hour, you see clearly what we are talking about. So price is still within the 4 hours support zone. And you, sorry for this. And you also notice, let me cancel this. You also notice that there's a psychological zone which is 5500 on S&P 500. Price is respecting the psychological zone. Price is still respecting the psychological zone. So what we are expecting now on S&P 500 is something like this. Let me place this support. Okay, the resistance, sorry. So we are expecting a break of structure. We need price to break what? This lower high on the lower time frame. We need price to break it, right? Retest and continue upward, right? This is the first thing we are anticipating. If price does not do this, then if price does not move this way, right, then we'll be expecting something like this. We're waiting for price to what? Go up, retest here, give us a W formation in the psychological zone, and we continue moving what? Upward. Regardless, we are still following what? The trend, which is the bullish trend. We are still following the bullish trend, just as the Nasdaq, right? We are still following the bullish trend. We are expecting to buy. So I'm coming less so that we could step down to the lower time frame and see this more clearly. This is the 1 hour time frame currently. So this area that I placed here is showing the correction and the continuation, the correction and the impulsive continuation of the bearish trend here. But price is not going bearish overall. It's not going bearish. Just this bullish move is correction because there's no volume yet. Once volume kick in during the New York section, we are going to be looking for the bullish move because the overall trend is bullish. We are going to be looking for the bullish move once volume kick in on the New York section. Overall, we are planning to go bullish on what? S&P 500. We are planning to go bullish on S&P 500. So what we are going to wait for now on S&P 500 is for price to what? Is for price to break this during New York section, give us a proper retest here, and then go upward and continue the move upward. If price does not do that, we expect we expect something like this, a bullish, a retest here on the psychological zone, and then continue what? Upward. The both ways as is still following the direction of the trend. So price might react here first, might react in this area first. Price might react first after breaking this lower high. We want to see price break this lower high, right? If price break this lower high, we wait for it to retest the lower high, right? But if it does not retest and give us candlestick formation after breaking this lower high, we wait for it to come to the psychological zone before taking any action here. Wait for it to come to the psychological zone, give us what? A bearish confirmation, a bearish candlestick pattern, a bullish candlestick pattern, I mean, and then we take it up. We're looking for a bullish engulfing candlestick, a bullish Haramai, a doji. Then we continue with the reaction of the market upward. So I'm just breaking it down to you so that whatever price do at this zone, you're able to go yesterday before this movement, this bullish move you are seeing up here. We analyzed the market yesterday. We anticipated the bullish move. So this is more like a recap of our analysis yesterday. If you come to the 1 hour time frame, you will see clearly. I even gave a stop loss. I even gave a stop loss yesterday on the move of the market, what we are expecting the market to move. Gave it take profits, right? And price is still approaching the take profits. Right? Some of us closed in the entry. Some of us who are in the entry closed before the TP. Those who are not intraday traders closed before the TP, right? To avoid any consolidation that will happen during the Asian section. But beside that, the market played out exactly as anticipated. The market played out exactly as what anticipated. We were waiting for a retest. As explained, we waited for a retest. And then continued the bullish move upward. We waited for the retest of the 4 hour support. Waited for the retest of the 4 hours of the 4 hour support, and it played out exactly as predicted. We waited for a retest. Then we wait for a bullish engulfing candlestick, which happened to show on the 30 minutes. This was not bullish enough, but this was a sign that bullish this was a sign that buyers are ready to kick into the market. But we didn't enter until we saw the reaction, the candlestick reaction, volume kicking in here, right? We saw volume kicking in the second candlestick, then we took the entry. So in this setup, I gave this analysis yesterday. Some of us were in the trade risking 50 pips, while some were in the trade risking 40 pips, right? So I gave the analysis yesterday. Some of us in the trade risking 50 pips, we were able to close at least 1:4 yesterday, while some risking 40 pips were able to close with 1:6 or 4, thereabout. So this was the analysis on yesterday on gold. So for today, what we are anticipating the market to do on gold, right? We are still on the bullish trend. On the 4 hours time frame now, we are seeing, let's mark up this area of interest, because this is an area where price proved to be what interested in. When price gets to this zone, you could see the multiple reaction. You could see the reaction. Let me position the rectangle properly. When price gets here, you could see the multiple reaction. You see the reaction here. You see the reaction here. You will see the reaction multiple times, showing that this is an area that price is interested in. This is an area price is interested in. 5 good reaction in that zone is an area, is a clear indication that price is interested in that area, right? So what we are going to do now, what we are going to be expecting now, is for price to retest this area back again during London section or New York section, whatever time it play out. We wait for the retest and then continue upward. We are going to wait for the retest and then continue upward. So overall, we are still continuing the bullish move of the market. This is just a minor consolidation. This red candlestick you see here is just a minor consolidation. We are going to be waiting for a bullish a retest on the 4-hour support. We are going to wait for price to retest the 4-hour support. This 4-hour support now that price has clearly shown is rejecting, is an area of interest. So we are going to wait for price to retest here and then continue bullish. And then continue bullish. But if price happens not to retest, what will be our next move? This is what will be our next move. We'll wait for price to break this resistance, which we then turn to a support, retest the support, and then continue upward. So altogether, we are still interested in the bullish move of the market. We are still interested in buying the market. So wait for it to break the resistance, which we then turn to a support, retest the support, and then continue upward. So if you go to the lower time frame now, let me refine this in a way that you'll be able to understand what to do once price gets to all these zones that we are anticipating it to get to, right? If you go to the lower time frame, like the 1 hour, what we will wait for there are two ways two things you have to wait for before taking this entry. If you are waiting for the market, if the market happens to go bullish without retesting, now we'll be waiting for a candlestick that will close. We'll be waiting for a 1 hour candlestick that will close bullish on top of this this overall support here. Now we'll wait for a candlestick that will close on top of this, which will be a clear indication that price is interested in going bullish, right? We wait for price, the candlestick, to close above. You might not wait for the retest, right? It's not compulsory you wait for the retest, because the market moves very impulsively, especially during London or New York section. And tomorrow we are expecting NFP. And today we are expecting NFP, right? So today what we are expecting is for price to retest, break, either retest and continue upward, or the break and then taking an entry based on the reaction of the candlestick after the break, right? We will be taking our entry based on the reaction of the candlestick after the closure, right? So those are the things we are expecting. We'll be taking our entry based on the candlestick reaction after the closure. That is, if price happens not to retest this place. So if price happens to retest here, we're waiting for it to come to the 4-hour support, give us a W formation, right, with a clear candlestick, bullish candlestick pattern. Then we ride the move upward, continue just as yesterday. The analysis as yesterday played out as we analyzed. The retest, breakout, and continuation upward. Breakout, retest, and continuation. Even those who were not able to catch the move directly from here, from this 4-hour zone, those who were not able to catch the move directly from this 4-hour zone, were able to capitalize at this zone, with the breakout at this zone, right? Those who were not able to catch the move at the 4-hour zone were able to capitalize the market, breaking this major zone. So altogether, same thing is the same thing we are waiting to play out here on SAD USD. Wait for the retest and continuation what upward. So if you are waiting for the retest and continuation upward, we should be risking about, let's see our estimated PIP that we are expecting for it to we are expecting to take, if we are to take any bullish trade, if we are to take any buy setup. So we are going to be risking at most, if it retests this 4-hour support, at most 50 pips, right? And then this will be our first TP, 1:3, 1:3.7. This will be our first TP. That's if price what happens to retest what this 4-hour support, this our area of interest. If price retest it, this will be our target. Risking 50 pips to get about we're going to be risking 50 pips to get about, I think, 170 pips, right? If price happens to move this way. If price happens to move this way, this is what we'll be expecting. And overall, I think this is an all-time high on gold. This is an all-time high on gold. So that place, when price gets here, price is going to react here heavily. That's why I said, if price does not happen to retest, this 4-hour zone, right, we are going to wait for a strong bullish candle. We are going to be waiting for a strong bullish candle to form. We are going to be waiting for a strong bullish candle to close above this what? This current what? Resistance. We are going to be waiting for a strong bullish candle to close above this current resistance. We don't want to be in a consolidating market. We want to see a clear confirmation indicating that price is ready to continue from the all-time high. We want to see a pure confirmation, because this zone has been showing a lot of correction. See all the correction here is showing that this zone is going to be a tough zone for price to break. It's an all-time high, so it's obviously going to be a tough zone. A lot of reaction around this zone. So price is likely going to come here and react a little bit. So if price gets here, it does not break, it react a little bit. Wait for it to break officially and then retest. Then continue the move upward. Right? That's what we'll be expecting. But if the market happens to break bullish without any reaction around the zone, then we'll take our entry based on the closure of the 1-hour candle. We might not wait for a retest to continue the move upward. We might not wait for a retest to continue the move upward. So if we are taking our entry like that based on the breakout of all-time high, we'll just be targeting at least 1 ratio what? Let's say at least the range of this one, right? We'll be targeting at least 200 pips upward as our TP, right? We'll be targeting at least 200 pips upward. If price does not retest, the 4 hours support, we'll be waiting for price to break out the all-time high and then give us a 200 pips upward. Then with TP, this will be our TP. Then those who want to trail their stop loss can trade their stop loss to be able to capitalize fully, because that's the more professional way to handle setups like this. When price break an all-time high, and because there will be news tomorrow, it's best that once price break and gives you a retest, and then you are able to execute an entry in the market, you trail. As price gets to 1:2, you trail your stop loss, put it in break even, or 1:1, put your stop loss break even. As you get to 1:3, you trail your stop loss following the movement of the market, so that you can be able to capitalize fully in the movement of the market without missing out on any move, right? Without missing out on every move. So this is what we are anticipating generally on gold and in all the pairs we analyze. So on US30, we are looking for what? Both a buy and a sell. We are already prepared for whatever reaction the market happens to show. Show whatever the way the market reacts on US30, we are ready to move with the move. If it goes bullish, we'll go bullish. If it go bearish, give us a bearish signal, we go bearish. Why for Nas100? We are still waiting. This might take a little bit of time to play out on Nas100. Nas100 might take a little bit of time to play out, but altogether we are still expecting to go bullish on the long run on Nas100. Then for S&P500, still bullish. We are looking to go bullish on S&P500. Straight up bullish on S&P500. We wait for the retest, we wait for the retest of psychological zone, or we wait for the break and retest of what? The indicated what? Lower high, right? then we continue to move upward bullish. Then for SAD USD, still bullish. We are still looking to go bullish. So we are anticipating and expecting the market to give us a W formation here. We wait for price to consolidate here. Let me mark this up clearly. We wait for price to consolidate here, then give us an entry and then with the W pattern to go upward. Or we follow the bullish market upward. We follow the market upward. Wait for the candlestick to close above this all-time high. Wait for the candlestick to close above this all-time high, and then we capitalize on the entry. So these are the things we are looking out for on gold. This is what we are looking out for on gold.